Hey guys, back again. Ooh, whoop, I'm so close. Sorry if you can hear a truck outside. Decided to rock up as soon as I wanted to film. Rude. Anyway, today's video, if it's not in the title below, is why I should stay in Korea. So I did my previous video, 5 reasons why I'm leaving Korea, or I'm not staying, whatever it was called. But I got I don't know, I think people got a bit confused and thought that I was really having a bad time, whereas I love being here, I really do, but it's not where I'm gonna live for life. So I wanted to put everyone's mind at rest and really highlight, I guess, some of the key reasons why Korea is an amazing place to live, being an EPIK teacher is an amazing opportunity, and I guess these are sort of reasons that when I did make the decision, or I guess I've always thought of it as being 1 year, but the things that kind of come up and I'm like, ooh, maybe I should stay, that is a really good reason to stay. And I think there's 15 things that I've come up with. And it didn't take me long to come up with this list. I haven't been feuding over this, being ooh, what should I do? What shouldn't I do? I literally, it's scribbled. So hopefully I can read my handwriting now. But I just did it this morning, in bed. It took me 5 minutes. So the reasons are really obvious and simple. Yeah, so I thought I would share with you guys the opposing side, and just some of the really great things about being an EPIK teacher and what I'm doing here at the moment. So the first one is work-life balance. I work 8:40 to 4:40, 5 days a week, and that is all I am expected to do. I have no expectations to be working late, to do overtime, anything. And most of the time that I'm there, I can get a whole lot of personal life admin stuff done in that time as well. So you aren't, I guess, pressured to work hard, if that makes sense. If anything, I think that you might get the shit out of the stick every once in a while, but they kind of want you to, I don't know, take it easy or something. It's really weird. But yeah, work-life balance is amazing. Getting around the city here is amazing and stuff like that as well, so I can go out after work and all those types of things really easily. And the work-life balance that I have here is definitely not what I had at home, so it's going to be hard to go back and adjust to not having hours of time in my afternoons. The other thing, of course, is travel, guys. Getting to or from Australia is insanely expensive. Just the flights is the price of a lot of people's holidays. So I can travel here so easily and so cheaply. I've already gone to 4 countries since being here, and I've traveled all around Korea. So travel is amazing opportunity living in Asia. I could do so much more, and I am still going to go to a couple more places before I go home. So that's great. And that sort of feeds into the next one of cost of living here. I can go on holidays and enjoy myself and go out for dinners and eat the foods I want and still save pretty much as much money as I was saving at home. It's crazy. And my income here is a third of what it was at home. So that gives you a bit of insight into how the cost of living plays a huge part in Australia. I always say, it is just so expensive. My Aussies out there know how you feel. So it feels like the idea of saving or owning a house is just slipping further and further away. So the cost being here is just phenomenal. It's amazing. If I was staying on for another year, I kind of say I've learnt survival Korean. I don't really know very much at all. In fact, I think I'm going backwards now that I'm on the downhill, because I'm not really practicing. But if I was staying for another year, I would have applied for the sort of government run courses and stuff like that. So I would be able to learn another language a bit more fluently, and that is a skill that could really stay with me for life. But yeah, I haven't done that, just not a motivation for me. But I always say that if I was staying for longer, I totally would have. And the people that I know that are staying for another year or 2 years or whatever they plan on doing, they have done those sorts of things. And yeah, it's a great way to immerse yourself in the culture. And I'm very jealous. I also have a great gig here with my job. My school and everything is really, really good. few things here different than last year, and last year it was amazing. So, you know, but I'm not working at a strict school. I'm not working with mean teachers. Like, I hear some other stories, and I have not experienced anything bad. And at least for the next 6 months after I leave, that situation will be pretty much the same. So, you know, I'm leaving a really good gig when it comes to a job, like an amazing like workplace. So, you know, I'm going to go back and potentially be in a shithole. So, it's a risk. We also get free accommodation here. Like, sixth thing on the list, I don't pay any rent here. I pay my bills, but that's it. Like, rent in Australia and Sydney. Rent in Sydney. Jesus, why can't I just win the lottery, please? I guess I have to play the lottery. Dad, please win the lottery for me. It's also like a good opportunity for, I guess, buying myself adult time, because, you know, 30 is around the corner for me. Yeah, so I'm going to be 30 next year. And I don't really have the desire to sort of settle down and do like the like adult life yet. So it just buys me a bit more time not to have to do that. So, you know, without getting the incessant questions, that is, about when I will do adult time. Medical services, like, I know this seems like a weird one, but medical services here are really cheap, really good, really easy. Like, the natural medicine stuff that they have here and things like that, it's great. I've had to use a few services since being here, and I have found that they have been really, really good. So, you know, in Australia, I have to have private healthcare, and then I still have to pay to go to the hospital, like thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous. So yeah, you don't have like, you know, I still like, it's still got a cost, of course, but it's not like what it is at home. I think that also, like, I have friends here that I know are staying. So if I want to go overseas again, like, this is sort of like a future thing, but if I wanted to live overseas, if I go home, don't like it, want to go back again, you know, I'm going to have to start again somewhere. Whereas here, I already have a friend network, and there are people that are staying that live really close to me that I'm already good friends with. So, you know, I don't have to sort of start from scratch like that, I guess, if I do move again, or do decide to do something again, or go home and miss it and want to come back. And then I run the risk of like not being in Seoul or not being at a great school and all those types of things. So, you know, I'm taking a lot of risk by leaving a really good situation. I also feel like here, even though it's a struggle with veganism and vegetarianism, free trade and zero waste not really being very popular like they are in Australia, that's kind of exciting, because you have a lot of ability to make an impact, and to change people's minds and to educate. Like, it's so nice to be able to do that. And for people that are genuinely interested, because I think that, you know, vegetarian and veganism and zero waste don't have like the, I guess, stigma attached to it that it sometimes does in Australia, and I guess like in other Western countries, where people are like, ugh, you're one of those vegans. Ugh, don't start lecturing me now. But like, you know, I sort of talk a little bit when like my Korean friends or co-workers ask, and they seem genuinely interested, and there's more events coming about, and it's kind of exciting to be a part of that. So yeah, that's another thing. And then the closeness of things, living in a small country, like being able to travel around Korea, like I mentioned travel like internationally before, but you know, I can go away for a weekend and literally be at the other end of the country. The time it take me to cross like Sydney, I could be halfway down Korea. It's insane. Like, just the ease of getting around. It's easier than traveling interstate like in Australia. It's so good. When I talk about the fact that it takes 5 or 6 hours to fly from one side of our country to the other, people here are just amazed. Like, that's, you know, it took me 2 hours or something to go to like China. It's so quick. I guess the hiking culture here is another thing. Like, it seems kind of weird, but I really love it, and I've got to get back into it now that it's warmer. But I really grown to love it, and it's something that's a little bit harder to be a part of in Australia. So I guess I'll look into it more when I do go home. But yeah, I've got like a little family within the hiking community and stuff like that as well here. So I've made these connections that now I'm going to have to break, and realistically, like, I won't ever see those people again. So yeah, that's a little bit like sad and disheartening as well. And I guess like I'm also growing to really love a lot of my students in a way that I didn't expect. Especially like this year, my 4th and 5th graders, like, they are so nice to me. Like, some of them wait for me after school to hold my hand as we leave. I had a little girl talking like Korean, knowing that I don't speak Korean, and hold my hand all the way down my street the other day, and then run back to be with her mum, who she just left to walk me home. It's just so beautiful, like, to watch them grow and to be part of their lives and to have that sort of impact. It's really special. Like, and I think that when you work with kids, and, you know, I guess even like the language barrier kind of creates like this empathy that you don't get when you can talk to them. And yeah, it's something that you don't get working with adults, and I will really, really miss it. And I guess the last one, and this might seem a little bit strange, and it actually comes from, I watched a documentary on people who have facial tattoos, and one guy mentioned that like having his facial tattoos was like walking down the street wearing an armor. Like, people looked at him, but he liked that feeling of being different. And I like the feeling of being different. I like being interesting. It's weird sometimes to be stared at, but I don't know, you feel kind of different, but in a really special way sometimes. It's a strange feeling to explain to people that aren't part of it, but yeah, I don't know, like, it's going to be weird adjusting to being just like everyone else back at home, like just being another person in the crowd that no one notices and no one's interested in. It's kind of sad. And here, like, people just sometimes stop you on the street to say hi because that's all they can say, but they just want to speak to the white person. So, you know, it's strange, but it becomes an alluring factor here that is, yeah, it's kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, I guess those are the 15 reasons why I love Korea and could stay here, and my life here would be amazing. And I just wanted to like point out to people that this is a beautiful country with beautiful people, and it's sad that some people aren't like that. Like I did mention, if you haven't watched my other video, like, please go ahead and watch it. But yeah, I don't think that anyone should have any misunderstanding that I am not enjoying my time here. I love my life here. And anyone who's ever thought about doing this, please do it. Make up your own mind, but honestly, I couldn't recommend it enough. It's a beautiful country. They're amazing people. The job is awesome. Like, there are two sides to everything. And I think that's what I wanted to show here, that like, as much as there are the bad things and this just isn't the right place for me long term, it's a wonderful place, a wonderful experience. And yeah, I just wanted to put everyone's mind at ease that I'm not crying myself to sleep at night. I'm not unhappy. I'm exactly the opposite. And, you know, I have so many nerves about just returning home to Australia and what that will mean and what is waiting for me. So it's a bit crazy to sort of think. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I probably talk really, really fast, and I realize after I do it, very bad trait. But yeah, if you have any questions at all, please obviously contact me, my either comments below or in my social media. But I would also love if you could, like, comment, share, subscribe, all those types of things. Especially subscribe, because I have a lot of viewing time more than my actual subscribers, I know. So I would love for people to subscribe as well. And please check out my blog, which is like hashtag, as in the word HASHTAG, Kimchiadventures.com. And it also has a bunch of endorsements and stuff like that for other companies if you are in Korea. So yeah, I think that's all I have for today. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll talk to you soon, and until next time, This is the Kimchiadventures.